And I thought the last land would be from a previous set, but there is one more legendary land in my legendary land reviews now. And I get to rant about something now because this is the first thing I'm talking about that has a little tweak. I don't like to Magic the Gathering. This is Core Haven. Tap to add diamond to your mana pool. What's diamond? Colorless. I'm not fucking kidding. They gave colorless an actual official symbol. One and a white is, and tap it, prevent all combat damage that will be dealt to target attacking creature this turn. Now, this muddies the payment waters badly, this colorless thing. The card itself, not a bad card. Prevent a creature from attacking, keep yourself safe, and add colorless to your mana pool. I actually had to ask the official mana tumbler, magic tumbler. They do have one. Okay, what does this do for numbers? I.e., the 1 in the 1 and the white. Any mana can be paid into the numbers, but if it's specifically colorless, you now have to be able to pay with the diamond symbol. Meaning your decks now have to have colorless mana in them if you want to pay colorless costs. Fuck me, this is the stupidest thing they've ever done. They've made it so complicated. It's so fucking stupid. I mean, it's the appropriate plane to introduce it, but it's so fucking stupid. I'm not even kidding. I'm face palming at this. I face palm when I thought this was fake at first, cause it was just so stupid. I don't like it. I mean, okay. People complained about the infect damage or poison damage. Well, one, they had done it before. It was known as poison or venom. And two, it's just another way to win. It doesn't really muddy the waters that much. It's, deck you can win by... You can lose by being decked. You can lose by losing all your life. And that's just a third way to win in any format. And in Commander, you also have the 20 commander damage rule, which is, you get hit. Plus, there are cards that can make you instantaneously lose. I was thinking of one of those cards. That's, that's fine. That's normal. That to be the way it be. People complained about the flip cards. I loved that mechanic. It was, okay, it was a pain in the ass because you had to use, the special card. I understood that. But I used card back, so I didn't really care. But at the same time, the flip mechanic was interesting because it added another element of strategy. Like, do I want to use this card just for one side, or do I want to use it for both sides? And would it be advisable to use it for both sides? It did add a little element of figuring out what you're going to do with the thingy you're playing with. So I kind of liked that. People made fun of the Kamigawa stuff. The Kamigawa stuff was okay. The ideas were actually very interesting and, again, added the element of strategy. Even the Bushido and the banding I understood. Again, element of strategy. You just had to figure out how to use it properly. They didn't mess with the mana costs. That's what's pissing me off about this. This isn't an element of strategy. This is, you're messing with the mana cost. That's a bad idea. It's always been 5 mana, sometimes with specialized mana, like Phyrexian mana, which could be either the color or 2 life, which is fine. You had an extra option. It didn't make it so you couldn't pay with the normal stuff. And they had snow lands, which had special snow mana on top of the color they had, which is, again, fine. But the thing is, in the past, colorless mana just meant the numbers, It was pretty much the any mana. It was the, okay, I tap all the things. Now they're kind of cutting that down. I think they're doing it to try to make it easier to make a colorless deck. But there are enough special lands that produce 1 mana and that's it, that you could make a colorless commander deck. You just need the spells. And you need to know what the lands you need are, and you have to make sure you have enough so you have a mana pool that's worth it. But this is... I do not like diamond mana. It's so stupid. I mean... I even asked, why did you do this? And they couldn't really give me a straight answer. I really just wanted to say, why the fuck did you do this? You're fucking with the mana pool, and that's a horrible plan. Your mana pool has always been 5 colors, and all of them could be colorless if you couldn't use them for anything else. And it's just, no. And the next legendary I review, because I have to get these legendaries out before finishing up everything else. This won't be the last land. There's other lands after this. Is one you pay with colorless mana. And, oh boy. It's a nasty card in its own right, I will say that much. Listen to the review. But, I'm sorry, this colorless mana thing is just so fucking stupid. They even have basic lands for it now. They're called wastes. And I say they are a fucking waste. So the name is very appropriate. I don't like this idea at all. I really fucking don't. Will I play with it? Yeah, because I may not have a choice. But I really don't like it. I really don't. And if my friends start enforcing it, I'm probably, like, not going to play, because I'm going to have to rearrange a ton of decks as well, and most of them are Commander. You're probably now hearing my internal screams. That is going to be a pain in the ass. I don't like this. I really don't. This is probably the first thing of Magic that's ever been released, past or present, and I've done my research, that I actually legitimately dislike. And people get shitty on banding, for God's sakes. Again, banding is just a strategy. You didn't have to play with it. You're going to have to play with colorless now, because they're going to make this a permanent thing. That was another question I asked. Is this a permanent thing, or is this just for the Eldrazi? Because if it was just for the Eldrazi, I wouldn't be complaining so much. Nope, permanent thing. What? Why? Because this is stupid. Wizards, listen to me. This is stupid. Please, please make this only a one-time thing. This colorless mana thing is the dumbest thing you've done. I am honest to God serious about this. Please. And I know people are going to be like, oh, the colors isn't so bad. I have, like, one friend in real life who's going to be like, oh, I'm sure the colors isn't so bad. Like, no. You're messing with the mana pool. There's a limit to what you mess with. You don't mess with the mana pool. That's a horrible plan. Just please fix it. Get rid of it after this set. Obviously, you can't get rid of it now because it's done this set. But after this set, even if it's in the next set, as long as it's done after that, just please. I don't want to see this in the new Innistrad. Please.